at everything. They call it being in the red. I'm sure you're familiar. I was saying earlier, when you go to a combat deployment, again, I have my one experience, but this is what I had. You enter into that kind of primal mindset of eat, sleep, go to the gym, hang out with your friends, and don't get killed and kill the bad guys. Like that's the gist of a wartime deployment. Like it's very simple. Coming out of that is very hard. And when you go from actually being on the battlefield to a couple of days later with no transition, being around civilians and your wife, and you're just like doing stuff again, the level of resentment for civilians was so high. I hated everybody. I'm like, you entitled piece of shit. Do you have any idea what I was just doing? That's what's going through my head. Like, you don't know the shit I've been through. But I had some shit that I've been through, and I felt like justified in thinking that way, but it was like so toxic. I couldn't interact with people without judging them for not having done the things I did, which is not a good way to live your life because you just come off like a total. And it came out actually within a few days of being home. My wife, we're living in Virginia Beach, and she's like, hey, so we keep getting this message from the homeowners association about our rusted chimney cap. They want us to change it. And we're like broke. We have no money, and we can't afford right now anyways to drop $500 or whatever it was to go fix the chimney cap. And I was like, why does that even matter about a rusted chimney cap? Like, who cares? But we're in an HOA and they care about that stuff. And so I remember a few days later, I got a call from the HOA, or not even. We got another letter from the HOA with a picture of our rusty cap. And it was worded like, hey, the rule is you need to have a fixed chimney cap. Here are some people you can call to get that done. And I'm like, no. And I pick up the phone and I call the woman who'd sent this letter. And I'm like, do you have any clue who you just sent this letter to? Do you know what I've been through? And she was like, sir, I don't know who you are. Like, of course she doesn't know. But it was like in my mind, in me, I'm like, how dare you ask me to do this? Like, it was like so stupid. But all I was doing was fishing for conflict. Like, that's what I was doing. I